Ore kan Nebukadnezar.
Dabi. Enye Kadineza. Meme hwe enye sa na e wo Bible. Enye Kadineza.
Say.
Enye Kadineza.
Na say.
Nti yenko. Me da nebo na na minim.
Peace FM 104.3. Would you mean that?
Sabi imprebiasa. Watcha control ye buanichi. Na wa fangwa so asan ahye ho.
Send them mana asle puntem. And never mana patria tumuntem.
Na obi a wa kontum mo na sabi. Ye di wa gina himfia ye toto wanu na oposa ontohwe.
Na oposa ire.
I just say why you ready say ufiri wa awunya foforo abe. So no.
Come on. Bono region 12 constituencies. I have 12 over 12. 4 more for Nana any say. And fear 9 years na emwa kwa da bi kwa bola so a omunya aduane ni. Nana Dubai aduane abusa ma ne kwa da bi say omu kwa bola so omunya aduane di. Enti omu ti Mahamadi no aboa kwa da bi de Mahama biem. Mahama biem. Enti amwa ni nyina say ya pe obi odi aduane abakrom enti nipa so ye den for more for another down kwakufu.
So programs bi o ya do baby ana say me dey no confirm kakra ba bi jiri say o program because of we almost handle it almost all the time no it look fresh but ya na mo family bramo so mo family bramo na tie sempa no
ade tira o na family bramo
I say me na make us sempa no be it so che no be that you tie me that we crap platform no so that e mo dey ba e be ma mo program no akono o dey up check listenership no ubehu say the America enye asemke
na ya
Embezi B ebeche ye ka
Emezi bay Emezi bay
Brazil embassy to
Ghana.
Brazil embassy to
Brazil. Brazil embassy to Ghana.
Ambassador to Ghana.
Brazil embassy to Ghana.
Kwakuja ye ni bi
me na me wo hobby. Enye Ghana embassy to Brazil.
Ye ni bi biasa.
France embassy to Ghana.
Kasa.
Yes, French ambassador. Me wo hobby.
Tie kwaku tie.
Omo report re to ho no. Me kura ma send message akatro mo say enye sa na tie.
Kwaku tie kwaku e. Ya wo ambassador to. But you need embassy to.
Ambassador to Ghana. France embassy. France ambassador to Ghana.
Me pacho bo mo boys ni bi.
For Mamuina Joe and Yumre, Sabre Nongoche, Apausima, Eduno, Bako. Peace 104.3. Jumede added the platform, yet the broad Dwada, Ene Ukwada Bia Bra, Nongoche, Cassia Bono, Ako, Newie. Your friend and I are Cassie waiting your friend the Cardinal, Isaac Odro Patricia, Sefa Fisher, Emmanuel Tiemo. Prince Bafo Asamoah Samuel Apia ena Elizabeth Jean womo ena hyehyɛ na bedi ho chiame na Juada ne ukua da bia bra no twetwe kase ebo no akọ na wieye ena yede ebre wo make us say Rock FM ewo Takoradi Rock FM ekura mu den ewo Takoradi afi ukọ Nzema memu a Nzema FM enso ekutamu den Adwempa FM ewo sehwi akontomra Winners FM ewo sehwi esem Best FM ewo Bogoso Dynamite ewo Takwa Arise ewo Twifo Praso afi wo de no to nchen a after two radio ewo Bechem Akonoba ewo Sunyane Fila FM ewo Tamale Beyond FM ewo Oti Region and Cruise FM ewo Akomadan afei Voice FM so ewo Doma Ahenkru omo ena afaj media appetite ba bia wote yenka nwumre bia ya moadwo akwaba edeba the platform dwumadie eso na ena nwumre ye ne John Boadu awaye chochofo pani ema MPP amanyuku no ena etnase atwetwe enkomo Uncle JB ena yeta friend ye ne no ena ebetwetwe enkomo ena nwumre etikache onua se ebraso ewo the platform so yenka chire a waba beka ho Nzema FM eti mu amutie yen ewo Nzema FM nyina yebamo so akwaba yebamo akwaba ne yebamo abatnase enti mutie ewo Nzema FM a platform ni mutie Rock FM platform ni mutie Fila FM Beyond FM Max FM Dynamite and afi Dera no so ewo Enkranza ni nyina yemamo akwaba yemamadwo ene enwumre Era John Boadu atenase ne mo mansa na mekọ John Boadu ho no ene me wo tape nketenkete mienu bia me pese me bo me bo wi a azegbabo we na mame me bo wi a me wo mente ho kakra bia mete ansa na me ne general ahye enkomotwetwe no ase adwenka se maajo
mejo so na mo ho te sen
yankopon adom na nso
ya me adom bako
ebe nyame ase e mo akwa abanso so
mejimuso
yo general na maten nka no wa ha sei ono na me ne betwetwe nkomo ene anwumre na mepam chew sa tape we a me boy muntie mu asem yie paa o muntie ne yie na me wi a meka asem a kire mo why
enya plane crash asofo nyina binya plane crashes so bebre enya plane crash asofo nyina binya plane crashes American sofo baakui minim ni din mo back about 3 years or 4 years ni erade wane na yere omukonya plane crash no mu wiye yanka kra no na no American superstar ya obo baseball yi Kobe Bryant wono so ne ba a 17-year-old girl erade omukonya plane crash no mu wiye erade na no Africa ya play me kwa sure no so since the deeper 150 cent ano mu wiye erade moja edi bimbebre hwere omonka enam plane crash erade boy na sa play we to a emofom Everybody crash it, sir. Me pano besa crash it, play with crash it. Or Kohaya crash it, play with. Ghana will lose nothing. Everybody so claim this innocent, weak, claim this wicked, insensitive life where Ghana will lose nothing. God claim this life. My play went 10 shake. Man in top of me, and fluency. Everybody so yes, says Cano. You bet me that top bed. I'm a pain for mobile innocent children are surviving. God listen to my prayer. Let this plane crash into the deep sea. Ni frukramian timi retrieve ni asabe boka se kota daka. Yes, ready. O Nyankopon dwi mobrohufo ho dwi na hiafo ho.
Monsantie ba konka ho. Why? Me pam chew. Mutie ba konka ho. Enko yaw.
Enya plane crash. Asofo nyina binya plane crashes. So bebre enya plane crash. Asofo nyina binya plane crashes. American sofo baakui minim ni din mo back about 3 years or 4 years ni erade wane na yere omukonya plane crash no mu wiye yanka kra no na no American superstar ya obo baseball yi Kobe Bryant wono so ne ba a 17-year-old girl erade omukonya plane crash no mu wiye erade na no Africa ya play me kwa sure no so since the deeper 150 cent ano mu wiye erade moja edi bimbebre hwere omonka enam plane crash erade boy na sa play we to a emofom Erade crash it, sap. Nipa no besa crash sa play we crash it. Okohaya crash sa play we. Ghana will lose nothing. Erade so claim this innocent weak, claim this wicked, insensitive life where Ghana will lose nothing. God claim this life. My play went 10 shake. Man top me nyanu frequency. Erade so yes says kano. E betimi dey atop bed. I'm a painful mobile innocent children are surviving. God listen to my prayer. Let this brain crash into the deep sea. Ni frukra mi antimi retrieve ni asabe boka se kota adaka. Yes, ready. O nyankopon dwi mobro hunfo ho dwi na hiafo ho.
Eni ami boy abranti bia wo so ye nsanchironi. Na de ama okasa asemi nyina ne se samo be kaya na otwetwa mu. Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa de betu dwa se omampani etu kwan a o charter flight ne kwan ba kwa otu bia 2.3 million Ghana cedis or so. Na no na ya brantie ya ma kire se wo se sa chartered flight no se oh goodness me. She oh yes so nsem hunu so Ghana ha say sa mom yanka no prepa nkyere ye ho say ewiase fa hen pa na yesi omo tika bi ma minka biase a ma chese ne seso maida ye nti ubetimi akotena radio so ana Facebook so aka sa asem we dia fa mampani ho na afa ho adie ehfa say under culture of silence nipa timi kan we efa ne ho dia ene nki any culture of silence an kaminim de ebetimi aka kaminim de ebetimi aka nti o so ko tena ho a wo kan we wie no yes no o de sa boteru say wo ye bema pa Erade mfa abon nchew ate Erade mfa hwe oh nipa ya ade na nya mon kan kire ne se ade na wo ye no enye ebi enne ana wo se omampani akufo ado na ti wo bi a wo mpenasem fine wo mpenasem but wo mpenasem no you are talking about the president of the land. This is the president of the land. Okasi ye nyina na wi adonko obi abeda wa so ye be ma no menna na obehu de beto wo me say o pe president ya na o pe party bia na say o pe party, it is none of my business. But say o ka say fa president ho a wan kasa no say o conscience na o free fie na ya tetew na o free fie na ya tetew o da e de otitu sumie so edwene ade chia wa sori aka say Awurade me da wase so amama sori na utimi yes ade we a hwe o journalist o na baka politicians ma o na baka politician ko ama no o journalist politicians o na baka omo ko ama omo mama yenye sa as go the culture of silence no mama na me fa wi ma sam na make am.
Atmosphere in our country is one of spirited conversation and debate among politicians, the business community, civil society organizations, and ordinary citizens. Through print, radio, television, or in particular, social media, whether they are home or abroad. Indeed, I dare say the means to get your voice heard has never been so democratized as now, and long may it last. Having said that, I must also acknowledge that, as our elders say, it is the person wearing the shoes that is able to say exactly where it pinches. In my political career over the years, I've been at the receiving end of much vitriol and deliberate falsehood thrown at me to cause maximum damage to my reputation and my political prospects. I know what it is like to be unable to protect members of your family from the mud aimed at you, but which splashes on them as well. I'm not alone in this. And there are unfortunately several journalists that have been willing to lend themselves to the destruction of people's reputations and livelihoods without just cause. Not all journalists are upright citizens, just as politicians, painters, and farmers are not all upright citizens. But I do expect our institutions to deal fairly and equitably with all citizens according to the dictates of the law when people go wrong. Let me end by addressing a particular line of the current argument being made about the threat to rights and freedoms. I believe this has led to a new definition of a culture of silence. It goes along the line. That when people in government and all government policies are criticized, and there is a defense of the people of policies, it is intimidatory and leads to a culture of silence. A radio station is currently running a campaign against free SHS. During the last election, I got the clear impression free SHS had been endorsed by all political parties, and all we needed to do was to keep improving it. Would a spirited defense of the free SHS policy constitute an attack on press freedom? I wonder. It cannot be that everyone has a right of reply except members of the government and officialdom. Nor can it be that challenging an opinion expressed by a journalist constitutes an attack on press freedom. What I believe may be sorely lacking in our society today is the need to listen to each other more. Knowledge has never been a gift granted exclusively to one group. We must listen and hear each other more. And for me personally, I find it ironic that the presidency of a man who has been and continues to be daily the most vilified political figure of his generation can be accused of presiding over a culture of silence. There's no midnight knock on the door in Ghana for authors of dissenting views, nor will there be during my presidency. Indeed, one of the reasons assigned by the global social media platform Twitter for its decision to establish its operational headquarters in Africa in Ghana was that, and I quote, Ghana is a supporter of free speech, online freedom, and the open internet, unquote. These qualities possessed by our nation also influenced the decision by the Federation of African Journalists to announce the holding of its annual conference in Ghana this year because of Ghana's attachment to a culture and practice of free media.
Okay, as some make an in say, said and saying, sir, culture of silence and once a minute, say, Tia. Mampany so say what be. Entinano University of Cape Coast and or Kansas, same way say. Den na o dear, oh sorry, o Timiko be wasem. Nanipan yo in one, I will say, hey, 1% Macassa. How? What you know how on Tiazio? Say, oh no. Oh, a whole coin. Say because me we are journalists in Tino. And now we will be our believe and I be our inclination is maybe to the back or center or forward or back or wherever it is. No. Who to me can they open? But Nipana who can they open a fan of hono or no children being the I will say and know your culture of silence. I know man penny say Nyanko body Nyansa or Maubi. Ninyankopon anhye da nyi nipa kuo ba kwa anto se sa nipa we na wo nyansa chen obi a se ne se nipa binom pese yete ase organa ase aso om do mo nim nyansa chen obi a Nyankopon abono mampani asem o ka yi obi ade ombi na wa mo nka no krepa se enti brother Gaddafi wo hoyi Colonel Muammar al-Gaddafi etie kunwa so pa brother wo ho nanka journalist bi wo Libya wa sori anopa odware kra free vie se me ko adwuma ba de otimi nya ahoden ni nyansa de ye ya ne sanse mu yo kan ye ya ti ko betena ho o man we he ye do jiri se nipa and do ko sa ko we ama no and do ka sansem we dia fa man pani ho no ono obie microphone si na nim asasem we obeka obie microphone si ebia ndisi pani bia nim se one ebia NDC ene man pani akufo ado nka se de enti no onka sa asem a wo kan yi enfo man pani akufo ado ho antika jiri se nipa no obeka no ono na wo ko ama no otimi nka wo na obeka minia wo na obeka o man hwe ni you no man we yesai no a yesai no ma ye ho ene ya ma he enkwada mu ade biom mpanifo mu nkwala mu mpanifo ne ye nyina adamu sa ene yanam ho bi ko tena Facebook no wadi obi atemu afiri sura baba be si fom obi si ya oja no mbe na me wo ye me ma bani kwa modi na temu tumfo kwa modi na ta na me na odi matama na wa ye de me de odi matama onye hwe mo ma ye hwe ni you na abrantie bi ko ekopa adwuma interview no process no ba no na just abrantie no na watope odimade pa wa ya ade pa enom se omama 2 weeks enti obeti omonka enom dige abrantie no background nyina se abrantie no for be sa a time na okwakopa adwuma no be 3 years down to that time na no kwakopa adwuma ne de oboa social media awurade wodi atem papa enti omo frɛ no in 2 weeks time say omra na they are happy to tell him say wa pass for interview nti omra for second phase of the interview oba no mo man print out of enema ono ankasa wa tworo e Facebook and on bisa say do you still stand by it okaka say there be a ombeka say adwuma wo penti and I say there be oka say anen so a ebeka say ndimi na onya adwuma di wa hwa timi nua no mrante no mo ye nduru ba bia no ye fi say ye one Ghana city de 30 etimi tworo de ye pe bia ka de ye pe bia fa obi aho no mo man hwe ni ye na ono no wahu ne de ano aka yen so ayeba no kayen ayeba no mo man hwe ni ye no man we ese ma ye nyina ya me ma ye nyina ahoden no ma ye nyansa na ye hu se oman no e wo ho ma obia so bring me baby abwa Ghana na Ghana be yo every yo if me no aro so bring me baby abwa Ghana I'm for send the kind ekan no ene ye ne Ra John Boadu Uncle JB ena yeta friend no e church of penny Emma MPP amanyuku no ene Uncle JB atenase ye bepa mo chew na otwetwa mu ena nka na esese ye de sa adwumadi ba ena manufo so kra esakota o machi so kra ansa anye yi awurade e kapani awende me person me kind be big to away na fe me wi ana me ne Uncle JB start or say down memory lane in 2011 through to 2012 general election one Mwaza Said an NDC stalwart in Damango accused then candidate Akufo-Addo of urinating on mosque ostensibly to incite Muslims against then opposition leader. In 2013 he developed a kidney problem and died of urinary tract infection. In the lead to the 2016 general election, African Watch magazine also diagnosed candidate Akufo-Addo of prostate cancer and declared him unfit. As fate will have it, Akufo-Addo is now president of Ghana and the rest is history. Last but not the least, okay. You also mentioned somebody who accused President Akufo-Addo and later had his wife die of the same thing he accused Akufo-Addo of. 3 months after, now that notorious, okay, all right. So Obama, and you may be a while. Nipano, ye mano, a crampo. fuel na aba be asem enye ono a we nya wo kan kra nka obi anhye dante entina by yi be free, but I appreciate your message. Yes, we are live on Nzima 96.5 FM. Ewo Azim. Ye ka chira mabaro no Nzima FM. Ye mamo akwaba, ye mamo batna se. Nzima 96.5 FM ewo Azim ne potemu. Monso so ye mamo adwo, ye mamo akwaba. Ye da masipa. Ame Jebi, ye samo akwaba.
Mejo so na mo to saying.
Ye wa dum boko. Na party mo to saying.
Party there mo eye mechi atiefo nyina na dwi. Sisia na ye second national council meeting. Na esan se ukwade twenwe se bedi nkomo. Na mo ball nse ma brofo bobo amo efa mo ben. Ma giata mo ni asesa. Na no chese ase mo kra mo ball na ye ball Ghana.
Asemo.
Masisi akra Ghana team si kra players ye ni mo nim players, nim referees, nim coaches, nim mo da reserve ni ne manyin. Na wo dey dwa so a. Enti ye tumi anya last week.
Yeah.
Na I was say ye hwe na ye di nkomo ne. And na me nim se be pontem kakra because say second national council but nyame adom no niema ebobo so no council for Ejitomu ema yetumi ewi ene se wie ya na o se me bana ebedi enkomo na ekoto enkomo no so
but ansa na ebekọ nkomo so yase enema wo de koto council anim no ebi ye mo aba mo beto yi flag bearer ho asem mo be yi national executives mo be yi constituency to him for national ni nyina aka ho
bisa me
me bisa say dem ma ti na me bisa
that's what the afa the time
dem say me mango hobi
yeah we bisa me
and one maybe sana one maybe sana agije one maybe sa wo
say the say the pe na me ka kire the was ote
and martin
and me ka kire the end is ote na the men kan kire but wenya ebisa idea na mete ho kakra ama
okay
Obekaya a National Executive Committee that's 3 weeks ago. Na na Krameka in minutes of 3rd January 2021 as far back as 3rd January member of the National Council Bono region chairman Abronye raised at that time issues about go former started testing waters for presidential and it's becoming worrying. At that time, Ghana yenya for president in Akunya so and about up at that time. Now over kind so we didn't see Akunya issue. The leadership of the party led by Honorable Freddie Blay and the entire national officers taking trips to the various regions. You are called 13 out of 16 constituents, regions. Immediately after the election, yet a committee, a friend of Safamafo committee, almost year and more 2020 parliamentary and presidential elections. We show more reports in the trips I call in the various regions. Party for a concern about development emrain duya emrain duya MBA nomination ebi mo start campaign for idea ebia ahwekora beto about 2024 on emeche nti na idea na ha omadwen also because Ghana farmer a mandate between 2021 to 2025 na mandate there the amaye no I was say edi ho dwuma I was say ye ho dwuma and no na whoever becomes a presidential candidate will use as a platform for the campaign na CCR no mandate the amaye na ukremu yi a o drain 2025 to 2029 no na che say ya hwe ya enkoni yi enu ti no almost the 2 year name say yɛba a yɛn through National Executive Committee ne yɛmpɛ code of conduct bi a ɛbɛ guide yɛ pre-election activities towards our presidential and parliamentary elections. And you know, not adding because they been see saa krada. Tietra se adwendwen ho abɔ modern keka ne maybe see any. Draft and the call National Steering Committee. The National Steering Committee G2 with some modification the call National Executive Committee. We no G Nina Tuno. Say National Council and the second highest decision making body of the party on the apart from Congress, no. Omo and Mr. apart from National Delegates Conference, omo and omo wa hoden omo share the omo decision obi any hobe to assess decision. Now say because a major decision running from Article 18 of our Constitution, my own quite say at any given point in time and develop rules and regulations are the best strengthen the operations of the party. No. Now National Executive Ajia Tuma now say they call National Council National Council so Emaya Hoden and Ukraine the to National Council him almost share near my woman no almost say Bakumi no be or say a coach in a kakra and untino Omaya say yente committee kitwe bi now within 2 weeks no omonfa omo reports embreme na yɛmfa mfrɛ National Steering Committee na yɛn adopt nti yɛgye saa report no draft na yɛyɛ from National Executive no atumu in principle just 1 or 2 nneɛma bi na yɛsɛ ɔmo committee international nti our committee no Frank Davis na bɛdi anim and Apia Kubi ɛka ho idi mu Mohayudin krade bia me bokra me ntime Mohayudin eka ho ye de Anthony Namon ye upper east regional chairman na Eslausu aka ho say within 2 weeks no omo present draft na aye na ne take concerns members raise at the National Council no na omo famra na steering committee enhwe na yam issue no as a code of conduct ebe guide parliamentary and presidential. Initially, now before we cost steering committee, they share all elections. They share and they share. You bet train and table movement why and you know they are concentrating from steering committee to say and concentrating on presidential and parliamentary, you know. Because parliamentary, you know, so we all parliamentary primaries. Olusu now share not now. Oh, Olus also the next 4 years. Mesako. That is no check grammar. They have to about man no. So be you pose, obey you boni or no the train no contest no. And also yeah dear over train a contest and a train you be a nomination now what started process no to contest whoever you want to contest. Nti you want near ma ya keka to her mejiri se ehun hia se be bie susisia edu ha ebema mo ate details of niema yem pese party member and sympathizer and say obi a udi party na echi niema bi wa ni say oye before say e be pie nomination na ya ma ho kwan say obi a o pese o contest either parliamentary or presidential no obetumi aye.
Sa contest we say no we just quick one afi ye commandant kasase ya na obi ka there are 2 schools of thoughts here. Baako say bottom up na baako so say top down. Top down ni say munyi flag bearer first. Asa na mo yidi aka ni nyina abesen. And the people say there be ya monye no munyi party constituency enfamra regional enfamra national sa mo ahwe sa de nyina.
Oh, I know your suggestion, but it depends on the kind of system I'm running. Okay. In other jurisdictions, no, they don't have permanent executives as we have.
Okay.
And you know, almost executives is almost a fixed term of office.
Okay.
And you know, almost presidential candidates and our prime minister at any given point in time can change who the party chairman is, who the constituency chairman is, and all that. And that kind of system, no, maybe whether you want to call it a top down or bottom upper. And no, because for instance, at any given point in time, so be prime minister UK or the party chairman ba. The party chairman ba don't lose no kwa or the debako no before for abba. And no yes our system omo run no. The system no entire system no a pure party running. Say your executive or more permanent or more term of office for 4 years. Yes, in our party, some discussions also and in I mean per se may prejudices our discussion as we speak now. And one advantages and the disadvantages. On the now it's been very difficult for us over the years because of inaccessible nature of our polling station and network. It's been difficult. There were even times I know say there are political parties there are some polling stations go winning more. You understand? So it's been very difficult. Around 1992 the polling stations electoral commission actually moto one that say higher polling station higher polling station. Maybe as we grow as a democracy, as we grow and our technology increases, we may not need but baby it makes no sense for you to send polling agents to police station. I know what I'm saying. Say about the polling agents police station. I'm going there because we are until maybe a recent Donald Trump in the survive where take you over police station. Other political parties may be concerned about sending agents and all that, but and it doesn't make sense at all. And the kind of resources we put in training agents, making sure say collation plan and a collation strategy they call elections. And today when this know because the and say who's our resource it takes a dedicated lawyer, party people, and executives are on your investment to make sure say you get share. Look, there are muhunesano. I'm not sure there no na muhunesao. But internally, and cause I another system or and also
another backup.
But I could break it down about break it down about and it calls for a lot of investment and a lot of, but it pays off. Because Sekayena, for instance, you two are buying and Kayeji Chim say electoral commission figures and any figures, a boy bra. Okay, will instantly show our pink sheets that we've collected over the 38,000 polling stations. Because as we speak, we have a book, every pink sheet in all polling stations, and it calls for massive work. And these are done by dedicated party people on the ground who also listen to us when we send out the program for them. And easy sir. Our pluses and minuses as we move on as a country in our democracy. Maybe we'll get there, but not now.
Finally on this subject, more whichever approach I'm over fan, mobile start to abandon this year and answer more early next year.
Oh, whichever approach you ever start to abandon next year. Okay. Say every year, be a friend National Annual Delegates Conference. You propose to send in November. And I'm saying many majority caucus ACI. So my back we need to have conversation with them, know their challenges, also the bois na omo ejuma omo no etumi economy as a party. We share the with the party program for the year no to almost November hono a budget time manti ebe hadwin tinka National Annual Delegates Conference and around October nka ebe bomo. What it means is that per the Constitution, 2 months before National Annual Delegates, I will say Region 4 so yeah or more Annual Delegates Conference. 2 months before Region 4 no be no so I will say Constituency 4 no so yeah. Until no by July all constituencies must be preparing to organize their constituency annual delegates conference to deliberate on matters affecting the party in the constituency elections near call and then a call so then challenges say then a recommendation or year then a resolution on befana almost to meet the accord region and region the national until by October no you be national annual delegates conference no. In addition to that, meeting, your constitution, say each and every polling station, will say in your polling station registers. Registers, no, ever register members of our party at all polling stations. Say in your registers now, which and then answer now regions in our Becono, you are printing over 40,000. You're more. You're a member of our party. You only walk to your polling station executives. Na wakɔ akɔkyerɛ odin o contact number o location ni nneɛma yɛwɔ nneɛma bebree a yɛde ɛno ɛbɛyɛ so na ɛbɛkyɛ no nti yɛ party no nso mmra no kyerɛ sɛ every 6 months yɛbɛtumi update saa register yi periodically nso before 6 months no yɛwɔ what we call constituency registers ɛno nso na ɔmbɛgyegye polling station register na ɔma record wom nti with time nso constituency registers nso ɛno nso bɛkɔ region na abanasha nti at any given point in time sɛ me nante kɔ baabi na mepɛ party for dodo ɛwɔ hɔ a must know because yɛbɛyɛ ID card system no so no yɛsan wɔ a lot of other laptops ne nneɛma wɔ constituencies ne nti no yɛbɛnya ne nyinaa nti bɛtumi ahu woka sɛ yɛfrɛ wo sɛ mebɔ odin na mecheck me laptop so pɛ bɛtumi ahu sɛ ɛnokora woyɛ member anaasɛ wonyɛ member of the party wona mekyɛ nti by October no say your national annual delegates conference na at our conferences and so of that nature no you making room for amendment of our constitution in them until ni nyina kɔ ne wie by October if be 1 month 2 months no you bet to me put this amendment akɔso ni nyina na yenya a new constitution until be with all these things updates of the polling station register constituency registers amendments of our constitution at our annual delegates conference early January you wait me start polling station elections now February electoral area March constituency by April May no near regional elections until June July latest by early July no now national elections no assuming all things being equal.
Abusuafo nti we de Matthew General Secretary nankasa na waka no nti Matthew Afro no nankasa no num te ho asembisa bia ni ho bio 0556 700 700 0556 700 700 and Facebook Peace 104.3 FM Peace 104.3 FM and YouTube so Despite Media YouTube so Despite Media ena enwumre obete yenka John Boadu chochorofo penny edema NPP amanyuko no ena enwumre yene no ebo enkobo anka jebi emra we say eso nanse na minim samwa wie mpo de ebetumi akase mo wie de avetin mo pe MMDCs no mo ye vetin ede ama omo me mo me started the politics chip men kai se afia so am ye hu sa nipa bebrebe we da afi da so mo do so pa
se ne ewiase ne kona ni na dia ma so do so ewiase kona ni na interest nko forwo ewo amanyoku semene ye mansi hu amembo no so kona ni no ntino nyanwanwa and for me you know I'm encouraged by the fact say particularly up north to share go for to omo esi ho say omo pe MMDC ni omo background omo qualification enya say get first degree minimum grad first degree double masters PhD so say pomo no mo bono am say yeah no ko UDS or ko any master asa ko foforo yeah no ye ni PhD o do boss akra kitu abetra we ni o bu body degree in 7 good 3 ba yeah the 2 3 ma we ko reverse you understand and some of them will be mu ejuma UN e be professionals, they be accountants in Myanmar. They are offering themselves to help our party. Yes, numbers no was sort of kakra because to the extent say we share a region like Upper East with 15 districts. I was na nipa close to 230 na airpa hardwin kakra also because what it means is that 15 per and out of the 230 until about 215 will be a bit disappointed because Obia Philisenka is qualified, but there are a lot of things that goes into such decisions. Yes, qualification experience they win but also who say local dynamics and also who history of the constituency and constituency is made up of 3 major tribes. Every 4 years, a call one tribe. Until that was said, the next one, a call different tribe. Until one say we are qualified, but maybe our honor, was a call baby for. Maybe over the years, maybe NDC for bar, almost the MMDC, call one side. Until that was said, and one side normally call so a almost stronghold, normally call. Now, yeah, stronghold, and you are to about my party now, dear bar. I was say to me a satisfy almost so whatever channel. Sometimes I'll see a share gender. Say yen to me in MMDCs 250 plus now and mere woman you there be inti you show more and I will say yes sure say and ma ebebe more and in yama yen to MMDCs no munina I am kwara no munina I am paying for. I was saying young kwara kakra I was saying young paying for kakra so that the tradition will go on as a party and as government. Combination of all.
Ebi sokra na MP no our tribe we.
Fantastic.
SABC no soko ha.
And I say your project is a fear the MP be feed the other tribe. Until only MC in fear. Your quack of fat oh baby that just a balance. There are a lot of things go into it. Inti wow baby no man fast short dodo man yawa again say una abre una ofata una say and now our experience so now debi no can cry a team win a able until team no say coach no share nene we lefty na ya person do go to number 2 I want to in case change na just about 6 and about 11 and about 3 until obi anya about 3 obi to no coach to sontem obi anya about 3 decision of the president. Yeah, and as a party, board president no take a decision. In all the 16 regions, vetting, Ashanti Akakakra baby, almost does 47 constituencies, almost 44 or so districts, which is huge. Almost so other regions, and the crown of Greater Accra we more report and all that. And we believe that we've had a wonderful exercise listening to those who represented the party and all that. And I just say it's been a good exercise. Beyond just appointment as MMDC, we've also asked them, say, they identify potential people you to be used in other areas apart from just MMDC. If you all know crown and I will say it will be one no to the school course. We be on me say to me no ko say juma foforo bi na o to ben no ho more and so later no you so no depending on the dynamics on the ground means na I say yes. And so it's been wonderful exercise. Some of us took the opportunity to also visit the 5 northern regions because numbers are never no na ano eshi. So we took the opportunity to speak to some of the those who want to be considered, for them to understand, say, party, not buying on here, say, succeed. It doesn't matter who played number 2, who played number 3. Once the teams are here, boy, that no Champions League. Yeah, boy, we are, na yakaso 1928. Last time, Momo Fabi 9 years ago. A Chelsea team, no, any players, no boy, no. Players, no boy, in their own Kaibe breeding. So, never channel, but yeah, can't. Team, alpha cup, 2 times, some alpha 4 times, some alpha 5 times. I know that here. nti ɛyɛ MPP no ɛnyɛ wo a yɛfrɛ asomesi ana ɔbɛnti a wokɔyɛ DC no ne hia yɛn deɛ hia yɛn ne sɛ nyame adom Ghanafoɔ de aban ahyɛ yɛn nsa yi yɛbɛyɛ nneɛma pa na deɛ nti a Ghanafoɔ de hyɛ yɛn nsa no yɛtumi ayɛ ma no asɔ ɔmo ani na yɛtumi akɔ yɛn nim yɛnkɔyɛ sɛ yɛba abɛn mu 8 years na asen akɔgya ama yɛn nuanom ba ɔmo abɛyɛ ne basaa ne asan ba ne asan atoto nneɛma dabi afei deɛ yɛnkɔ ne saa koraa nti ɛno na hia yɛn nti obiara bɛnya abɔtrɛ team no deɛ yɛti bia obi nan mu bɛbu one day yɛti bia coach no koraa bɛtu asesa na coach foforɔ aba nsɛ first ACN ɔkɔ team bi mu abɛ sɛ coach bi ne nka na yɛyi ne film ne nneɛma ɛwɔ mu a na coach foforɔ aba na yɛde no ahyɛ mu na wɔperform nti saa na agorɔ ne city
ankaja bi ansa na mo bɛkɔ saa vetting koraa no na yɛte yɛfa saa MMDCs ɛho ne sɛ deɛ ahemfo akasa paa bi a wɔbɛte na interest group bi asɔre ne adeɛ ansa na ministerial appointment no bɛba no yɛte sɛ president nyansa mu no obi a wo hɔ no wantimi anje wo city bia na woyɛ MP a wolusu yɛ mfema ne ade na ne nyina bae saa interest groups no na DC way oya galam say DC way wa mo party DC way wa campaign DC way one MP aka wo mo kontokwa mo consider saa de ni nyina
you consider ni nyina o say o me document e wa hai 2020 post election review reports so
osa ma fo yin ni
there was a ma fo me ka wa say ma so report
never got me say me you know me catch as the lock door this year
report high
me nyire onyi ba
2020 presidential parliamentary election review report so another document high interim report on national officers thank you to
me hu ni fama mo mre me na me hwe
why na me we did who came down do combination of all these three documents even a bin so have a bag or hand can be each and also share MMDC's normal relationship with the party on the ground, normal performance in Yama. A detail all activities of these MMDCs and Juma how many party for year.
Tomorrow for district nyina.
So na me kire no na ni nyina ewo yes an wo bi a ye before a ye ko election nim nti no so ewo nti ni nyina na ye de betoto saa na ma ho party no going concern unim mu a o tinche abaje nse de ho Facebook na no na ye party there bi party na juma ne de o former ye gusa ye
the job dey ground
juma no
Dominic Edua
ma o say ye ye gusa ye so na me nti nya fe na obi be ka story a kire enu nti as part of making sure say yetumi ehun niema akoso because you were reporting into all MMDCs were automatically qualified for the national vetting because in some yakika na ebi o kwa na nya no kre obi o on ma PMC na sem onene call pray ho abra ye ko yi no the last time no nti when nya no he's permanently against the MC nti dey be obeka no one say why say nti we have all those reports. We want the opportunity to be given to them to also respond to some of these issues so nti enkoye say we na kokan we kokan dey yeah what there makeka enka no but we will have the opportunity to vouch for Niema Ayate with the person as an opportunity say onu so betumi acheche nti ye be wi e be take decision no a decision I share that pense more as I take a decision no nti nya de enkofo ekeka no kwa but we will give opportunity and we have our data already we have our monitoring system and also amaye what say the koso ewo district hall and no ne be gina so na they are taking decision based in addition to the local dynamics qualification experience and the contribution of the MMDC towards election here because we are DC now your opposition cry to win a seat now be DC only party for ntokwa peace ntokwa de nneɛma ne asɛn lusua so sɛ ɔsɛ ɔpɛ baabi tena ebi ana ɛnyɛ fault na ebi ana yɛ peace ne fault ana biribi a ɛboro so there are issues of national character ɛbɛboro local players no so na ɛbɛkyɛn no ne nyinaa will be taken into consideration to say for instance alpha upper danger west for instance issues about galamsey ne normal activities no this ebi a DC no so yɛ involved ɛna ɔbua Vanguard fo na ɔmo chichi local people na ɔmo bufu yɛ ɛnyɛ saa anaasɛ PC no so yɛ involved ɛnyɛ saa na sɛ ɛyɛ because of Aban Ankasa decision to clamp down on galamseyers wɔ ɔmo mu ha na yɛ affect yɛ ne elu so ɛno yɛ different matter you understand ti all these things to be taken into consideration when decisions are made.
Na omo a omo ne waban we nya adwen na kire se aban no why too slow because aban a wo se wo pentem you are in a hurry afa de June na ye sha ase kina MMDC is my CEOs am I boards am I obi bisa asa
MMDC is so omo ho
ba so omo need to me
said they to me no omo need
omo to me omo time aso
omo time be na so
aso
so ye
aso
they tell say MMDC is the omo ho they ya na say ye hwe na ya sha hye omo ahoden na omo ato aso ana say ye de foforo aba nti e hon de enye problem say but you say niam bi nso wo ho no ma e wo constitutional implications so na me chen for instance we ministers your constitution e kire say answer na be deputy ministers no e wo say president no consult the substantive ministers into yi ministers wie ye approve omo no otumi yi deputy ministers utumi no concurrently na o so twɛn na parliament ifo ya omo koba omo wie de omo ye approve omo ansa technically na constitutionally no wetume yi deputy ministers ye deputy ministers ya na parliament call recess until now ye why there's no way you could get them to go through the vetting initially omo be kokra there was some gentleman agreement to say ye deputy ministers no cry even though some more recess no cry on be recalling on my be till say on my be and he has started our process into your president you are who doing your shit
but say CEO the boss dey in parliament
who to me and your shit onim say ananto eye kese sensra na yare wo
JP
na unim za
minim
so unim sa so dia na chese yentumi ye we a ebe den say obe go ahead to do this is because who say ye hwe parliament ya constitute parliamentary committees no CCIA ministers and deputy they need to reconstitute it again because go for ho ya ebia omo eda committee bia no ene no ya be no minister na be no deputy a onya saa daje na nka ya anya ni minister nka obenya de di dwuma committee no o se edi obi foforo be hye ho obi nso wo ho a ebia na expect say obenya minister no wanya nti ne obeka parliament dia na o se man a prominent role because there are people with a lot of experience ebia na parliamentary leadership na twen say obenya minister na wenya they have to reconstitute it again uba boss ne chief executive by ochina ya ko beti some announcement to that effect
ochine benen
me say ba ye koya very soon no
how soon is your soon
oh no enche endi 1 week kra endi 1 week
o de e ma up to Thursday
me say endi 1 week
say Thursday soon do
say nyame na me ye president na ye na me information say endi one enche if sometimes on check with previous records abegin sa ache better enche dey be a hard drink kakra ne say there was this circular car say they should not take major decisions
they should not sign contract
they should not sign major contract and even if it is imperative that you have to sign a contract you need further clarification because there are some to say Ministry of Health say nipa ni want to gas me and sign and panie so there are some exceptions to it. To say Ministry of Education or see a BA school I want to gas train the board na banning. I believe and I share the concerns of a lot of people, particularly where I say they were in a bit of abeyance. Yes, I don't come normally. Ganya problem. Anytime I buy a person or reconstitute or be reconstitute.
John Boadu chochro penny MPP amanyokuo no ono ne ene na twetwe komo na nwumra ankeje bi omo hwe o Facebook so menkan o madwenche n kakra nsa na me the next set of questions dey aba Amaka Vera say wonders at last who would okay Amaka, you are talking about something else. Kojo Amedume was say good evening the platform show family. Good evening to you Kojo. Nana Kwame Opasco new boy and what the way Abba or say Kadna kindly tell Adrian Kessie JB for me those appointments by the government in several positions should stop aspiring for different positions, especially the MMDCs. I plead with the president to drop all their requests. This is an act of greediness. The MPP cannot break the eight with this attitude. Uncle JB on that position no. I say ubia yamao a position na osan ayi bibi foforo enti sa ofi se bia for instance oye ebia minister sesia na o ayi bigger position na ana bibi foforo bia fa minister no to ho na ekokopɛ de okopɛ na nka obi so mbefa we say no because we say na we ayi
ukona wanya na yen
say no ono so me so kire say wo so wo de wanya bi no ono so wonya bi so tifie no so
e abrabo ye boko yenim ma me hu mate sa suggestions ni bebre ebi obi an admo coordinator or per MC and or per mayor or per way then there's so I express interest in young farmer so now the fact say or what other position now person according to no say only who quines according him so because according him the position on to me and fact two positions number so and also be vacant nti wa wonye bi na no na e bia also open na no so wait to me akope be want to me nka say me MP nti me kope minister nti say me kope minister da me nja MP nti oda me kope minister da me kope wi awasa be by election na David.
Okay. Ajua Kese says great job Uncle JB. Asare Lekumberi or say God bless you Uncle JB. Aquinas Kofi or say great job by the general. We appreciate your great work. Ofosu Bafo Ofosu Bafo. Assume we work well you know though, but I am sure say Galamsey King Kong.
I'm say damn kakra one. Damn ka sometimes I say can't say unu chiro mo. Now mutumi jansen unu kekano.
Williams Abuaje Boate was say listening to you live from Asante Achimnov. Good job Uncle JB. Same Boache or say kindly ask my general secretary that since he became general secretary what has he done for grassroots communicators aka Syria callers? And KJB or Hanyandu question time, they do question time.
Catch and say for the first time in our history, every month, we cover no Bianya Kakra.
Please, Nana Akese, tell Adrian Kessie that those of us in Nsaoma do Ejiri need Mr. Daniel Kwesienim as MCE. The youth of Nsaoma will be very, very happy. Dobia Tipaja or say the master strategist, best general secretary in the history of NPP, winning the seat back to back. Yaosankide Taifa or say we thank our able, affable, respectful, and knowledgeable, hardworking general secretary of the Great Kukurudu Party, Uncle JB, alerting us on the do's and the don'ts in the party. Nana Yeboah said, master strategist, kudos. NPP Kennedy, I will win. Or say, God bless you, Adrian Kessie. We love you, unopposed GS 2022. Lukman Ali, or say, long live John Boadu. Patrick, or say, Nanaya Kessie, please ask my general secretary when exactly the party ID cards will be issued. Also tell him to beef up our party and government communications. I say they keep long in rebutting useless propaganda by detractors. Patrick, and do by Nana Kwaku Newton, a Hunter West need a new MC, not the old one. Nana Kofi Yeboah says, I think the selection of CEOs is long overdue. This government should be up and doing. Okay. Lookman, I say, kindly find out from your regional communication director. He told all regions purposely to interact with communicators, so Uncle JB is working. Nanaya says General should be very vigilant, for the party need to break the 8 by all means, but not with the incumbent MMDCs. Abrewa in Bubu Ashid, please tell JB, our boss, Sami Auku, okay, Bentiasie, and you bet me about Buma and Patrick Kameti, Ebebuame pa, why, Abrewa, sign bread Bum. And Ankama Foster or say good job done, my general secretary, God bless you. And Akwabena Poku says, can Uncle JB react to the president's chartered jet issue? Mempo Krame Manu Inyano. But President, I wanted to form Sano. Hey, you're ready. Allah. Anyway. Uncle JB, me said them kind ba who be one person to be free one and sana makwada issue so.
Me say there's any Abrante no send Galaxy 7. Say ya ka say obi a we Galaxy bi aye show dem ana wa. On ochiro ni baby am ya Galaxy a on fair operation hot for no. So no mon ko baby am ya ga no mon ko hye dem.
Say bia we general secretary tianhye.
Ah na national organizer ne ma yan ko hye no. Anamba. And to honor Sa Jimmy for no send sa message. Wo church will be na officer owoka. Na say.
But anything now you leader. Uncle
Jimmy sometimes we need to tell them as it is.
But leadership yam fam obi akeke.
Say but say near wo church nipa na die dem. Say Bible can say sometimes you know. You need to let the fool know that he's a fool. Now just fooling. So I know there once in a while, no there also piano kakra. But that is they say. Me my case is so say. How many time I had yes I man. And you see one thing yes failing to understand is that mining any illegal. It is until say when you so approve method, no. It is not a question of even a small scale or large scale. But when you're small scale mining, or you're the correct thing, I know you're correct. But when you're small scale mining, on you're the correct thing, I don't have a friend I'm saying. But when you're big mining company, or you're the correct thing, that's okay. Big mining company, or mining war in Suano forest, then yeah, man. I know you know, I'm saying. I don't see anything wrong about even somebody being in mining in the first place. But maybe you mining count here as a handy and no one American is so and Saquano. One house in my casa, the Cabeza, Cavaco, Asaka.
And yeah, my family, you pebby so that. Yeah, but the next issue, Rebecca Galamsey asked them, and then I buy new posture or therefore Ede Galamsey as the general secretary of the ruling party, no. Ujidi se sa kwan we na mo betumi afa so etu Galamsey ase ana mamen kan you know we through Ernest Taifa says, and in fact John Boadu is an asset for African politics. Tell him to continue grooming young men to succeed him. My regards to Michael Kwe Jr. Ernest in Taifa. On the Nana one in Kaswa says, please ask General. There were some released last month which mandated all the MMDCs to hand over to the coordinating directors. Please, is that true? Nana one in Kaswa. NPP leadership and Nana Akufo-Addo should consider the choices of the grassroots, not chiefs, because some chiefs are NDC sympathizers. Besides, chiefs can't go to deep villages to campaign come 2024. Honorable Alex Nyako Benimase Konongo ena what do we say so? Every urban team himself for the Muti or 89.1 FM. Leo Edifree Myra and whatever I say. We thank God for such an extraordinary general secretary. Please tell him They should be circumspect in selecting the MMDCs. As for the people of Amasaman, we want our workaholic MC Clement Wilkinson to be maintained. Thank you, Liu. And so Eddie, Amasaman needs Amasama will know you. Amasaman needs a new MC at all costs.
To cry out.
Grassroots. Ow! Okay. Last one. A great submission by General. We should get the appointment of MMDCs right. It is my hope that most of the incumbent ones are disappointed. Some have become so arrogant and don't want to have anything doing with the party itself. And also see Fawasa or the Efri Amasamai Abba. Now, General, maybe say about Galamsey. Ujidi say, kwanya more fast wa kunu sesi and only kwanya you bet me a fast wa to Galamsey ase e Ghana ase.
You made us say Obekaya and yes say about 2021 ya na president decided say kwa pese of faso the two Galamsey ase no any dia oyi right from 2017. Mining in water bodies and forest zones in Yamano. Say you say your environment in Yama. And my known to me clean water or baby. First, make I say, Miko school or Christ the King or Obuase. In sure that a caporisono, yet the answer to my near numbi. Galamsey, and so no nyabi crown on, and so baby or crana. Na aye extinct be anyhow. And untino abine at a lot of measures by MOE Operation Vanguard for Operation Deba even for some time no crano. Abine a ban mining activities by small scale miners and I say Galamsey for something no for about 2 years. So never channel. And so later I'll see why your community mining or this operation Vanguard in Yamabaya or Sabiemo with the hope say Oma to a former good year no ebe practice the correct practice dear mining because young quantity to go to we are safe and now we are safe and then to say the yes assassin with the hope say you go to assassin and for all this one no for ebuso and don't you know president I answer and particularly where your man almost discretion say Operation Vanguard fools or whatever almost J machine na uko kika no masa de ama back and as almost easy afi omumbe bu akunta de almost season so and also almost hwehwa yehu baby a ye mpene toto empene no president I say Galamsey na die e ade a obepese ye be jai wo memu on car say is against mining so you mining now you should approve methods of mining now of also whether small scale or large scale so never change the unpair and say you be mining no wonsuo mu ye mining or forest zones are depleting forest cover no within a very short time ye nyina ye be endangered nti eno we decide say me giri say temporary measure now to serve as deterrent say o the excavator ne sa mo sham fine ne niam no e corner so ya for no operation hot for beto a eno de anya ade a omo ba gige osokra nti for just about 3 weeks you know almost about 1,000 champfines are ya destroy because in nsuo ma etu nsuo mo sensuo no about 100 excavators about 13 generators are ya call ya omo ya niam ani so omo ya aban ateki omo on unim said the ye kra no soldier for no ba ebe ya anadwo be 11 p.m. soldier for ni horo no one set up on machines na ahomache by 3-4 a.m. no obeba no na o ma sense you nani unhu obia can you imagine what is going on say soldier for no be ye edwuma no ebia o ma be destroy na o ma be pamo o ma o mo kote di and I just soldier for ni no 11 no omo special kane omo so a omo de ko say nsuo no. These are the kind of people we are dealing with. So na me chere nti me gidi say a strong posture aban no e put up because we try a lot of means. Omo ka say oh na she machine na say time you try other means no omo wa hefa. Other means I banning mining for 2 years no omo wa he. Edu baby I advise oh men call your Joe machine na if you are na asan ja or say oh and I say go and reclaim no omo ene president take his hard decision no. They were the same people criticizing the president say oh yeah anye or yeah say and then on who the uses of champagne no wine she na o the bear dem bio champagne here the eden apart from somebody causing nsuo no so e dey say nsuo no dem bio na here na ye maso yafo no enko sesa nkogo mu fia na so mo ye den dano fia da me ba me catch you say omo ka so na excavators give it to me at the Abadisha assembly at the sesa oba na okohu Jesus a oye overwhelm na ne perfume okra at the good Jesus na ho to worship Jesus and worship God. The disciples, particularly Judas, said Judas, one and a treasure.
On a yabankwa.
On say, oh, I didn't know about the sir. Now, say, perfume, crying, give it to me at home near the Akoma, here for. Meanwhile, here for you, or the Obwa, or person get a ton, Mexicano, what you chobo. So, the president, I know, any poster by a put to up, mean, this a very permanent feature. A temporary measure to put the fear of God in all we decided say yen nsuo a any a forest cover yetumi a keep over years no yen say no in the name of galamsey and I say mining in the name of mining wrongly say no. Look, as we speak now, buying for concentration no crying and do forest more. But from our investigation, there were over 700 plus excavators in the good forest no more or more mining. I do more yen, and many of them crying Ghana for. Yeah, Ghana for yet to Sabi Nishi, the crown, the Ekika Nema Yakikano. Many of them and Ghana for. Look, there was a time around 2018, oh baby. Na honorable Savafo oko Dubai na ko shia omo mpanyifo na oni na exchange pleasantries no so Ghana for them boy empa every year yenya over $10 billion worth of gold from Ghana. Meanwhile records say we ha kire say yenya be say $2 billion. Na say gold da ko ni nyina no ye the first master and ye de ko Emma mine kasa enya home faso. The needed taxes are also buying from destruction of our forest zone and our water bodies. Yenya sa faso no also. The giant and can go to for manga MYNC the you understand? See a strict and very positive response from president, and we believe say as we continue doing this the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and so put it together the program to me use our face to regularize constant monitoring and effective system to me DHA na omo to me practice the correct method. Who do say assistant for be at the Takwa School of Mines I could train you in the best practices. And no around that time mene eko usine minister because as general secretary so I bind the program aba say yen training kwala in how best to practice or mine na meti ho say party for baby samia me see me name ho hwe. I need to know what it is and if possible encourage our nkofo a yakọ training omo no mutumi nya sa community mining ni binye omutumi nya binye. That's my job. You understand? The fact say me as general secretary me boasen nkofo benya the correct you can mine no nya o mine and e galam say enya sa na te ya corrupt ade no and I hear can the epe it will be one at said in say hunu bi said and it is my job and I'll continue to do it. Everybody know how principled I am. Say me I will engage in illegal thing. Me yeah, because me from music and go shame. Now imagine say me two way. Now come we excavator. I be share no. Now me go from music away. Me yes say juba no. Bet me there. I be for and we legal. Say kitwa bi kra na menya many so. So I don't get myself involved in this. But I'll continue. Say the ye. Now you to regularizing a year. Me party for omo walk into mining omo pe side dwuma no omo ba me bo omo no betumi nya dwuma ni bia ye ntumi transen so na ye ma sebi ngofo a omo mfi ha nkwan be sisa ye gold no emfa nko omo krom.
Good evening, Nana Yakese. Greetings to Uncle JB. Let him know that some of us trust his good works and are fully behind him to succeed. He should just ignore the propaganda from the few enemies. Please ask him if there is going to be an election to select delegates for the new polling stations the EC opened in last election, and if yes, when? Ama Dakwa Bedin Botiano Red Top. Mami Ajwa says Chinese came to build Akosombo Dam. Now Chinese are bringing in machines that will destroy our lands and waters. Mami Ajwa China for the Akosombo Dam. Greetings to John Boadu. Pythagoras theorem says, is the chamfan imported or manufactured here in Ghana? Why can't the government stop its importation? Okay, Pythagoras. Greetings to my boss, the most general secretary. God bless you for your dedication to the party and grassroots. Awesome submission. Dr. Richard Asante Yabua, Deputy National Communication Director, also Nedia Ode Abba Enono. Now, Uncle Jebi, a minute, so the ni penny pa bi kasai, or no nimsa operations we no money adie ye pa. Or say, Omuko bush ho, any the omu hu no. See any abrasi a pesi to galam se asea. Yen stop galam every open fence mining. Open mining be a ye biano. Ye my home base be a 6 months say. Ye de regularize be a ubi enjay. That is the only way I bet me a ye machines nina every bush because like you rightly said, soldier for alcohol. Omu free wa na nkofora kuzi omochi na adwo 10. Omu ye adwuma 10 to 3 no map on oma befi sa. But ye kasi ya stop bibia there for best 6 months. Onim say o kwa ehu. Obi o forest, obi o hin o ye open mine bia obi abejai. No mine no. In decide said this is how we want to mine in Ghana henceforth.
I think an attempt was made around 2018. I banning not even 6 months, almost about 2 years. And almost a regulatory and on anka culminating into community mining. No? Only say the ban gave exceptions to small scale mining, large scale mining. No? And sometimes difference between small scale mining and galamsey are very thin because nipano. One man assassin and all mining. If you use the right method, better than a galamsey, so to speak. One ever change. And no. I'm say also your share ye regulator. Yet to me monitoring system, Papa Bia. And I believe say we must adapt technology in what we are doing. Because discretion bem na obina houseman or your police or your soldier or your dear ben na there's a possibility say obey me IGBB kakra na we jawa we will come back to square one. It's a major issue. Now beyond just excavators assembly, those behind are almost assassinate or diano. Punitive action should be meted out against them. So never channel. Say could be young because every you go excavator you say na nipa ni dwane call ya ntumi anchini say the sika hye no ho e ka wa bo kakra na excavator next time no obetumi akoye bibi for na enye deterrent enough and ebe cost you more for not going through the approved methods since say ube go through approved me gidi say from there me hu no me gidi say nsuo ano no gold no be ho more as in other areas. That's what I'm suspecting. Oh never no the antina they are preventing almost from mining in water bodies are still a whole non person mining. What it may mean and they say papa what it may mean and they say ebia sikano gold no be won nsuo no more asing baby a nsuo eni no won never no and I say ebia it is difficult to get water in those areas because I know say some of them can say oh ebia you too manhole you too borehole and I know they wash here but to jai miners they will go closer to water bodies. It looks like Bibisa NT. In my view and in my honest view, and I say, SAR system we are poster by Afei, it should be temporary. As the lands minister tried to put in regulation, regulation never pima they say even your proper inspectors and monitoring unit omo young corrupt omo. Because gold, 1 kilo, $50,000 in there, fluctuating, but that's what it is. And this obi corners even to amano 1 kilo, $50,000, which is around 300,000 Ghana. No, Ghana manta, incentive enough for emanating a tumor was until America say. In addition to all this, we should be able because at some point in time. I brought discussions in Econo. Satama now Professor
Frimpong Boateng.
Oba cabinet the drones nema be betre nema. Minimum how far that worked. You understand? Minimum how far that worked. But I'm thinking say a combination of a lot of things say regulation you better make training special people in monitoring and EPA Geological Service Minerals Commission and chiefs and kasa because there's no mining site I enter royalties to chiefs. As I say yeah, I am for there and I'm a boy. In fact, no so boy in monitoring say as I say a media mouse say betu former good year no ube use best practice ebe boy. Ujiri say ahim for Ghana nyina decide say on be sure say yeah, the assassin mawa, ube yeah the right thing and can so more. Can also boa. Inti anya no pe police commissioners in near more area who transfer obi fi oboase police no transfer no the neighbor Kumasi crown pe. Who transfer no fi boase and these mining communities. Now the neighbor asin for so you two buy or be ya sa go back. You understand? So it means there's some pull and push factors at the omoko. When enya agrasamo, and it's about the survival of the nation. The kind of destruction I can, you marvel. The kind of destruction I also I say ubia you be marvel. Meanwhile, the proper regulation and supervision fair to everybody. Ubia yeah, they also so mining now na mo person mo yeah. Then you can go ahead and do your mining. It calls for a lot of introspection. It calls for a lot of hard work. It calls for a lot of toughness in decisions and making sure it is deterrent enough to people to do the right thing than doing the wrong thing. And yeah, easy, sir.
Greetings to I want to sincerely thank the General Secretary Honorable John Boadu for availing yourself to be of benefit to the MPP party and myself. You have really groomed me from nowhere to where I am now, and many others to various leadership positions, and we are always grateful. Your passion to build a future leaders is unmatched, and we applaud you for that. You are the most experienced politician in Ghana. You have dedicated your whole life to serve the MPP, and with you and with your experience, we can bring the 8. Your experience as General Secretary has won us 2 successive elections, and with you 2024 is assured. Your son Abanga Ubia Bedidi. Rade. Ubia Bedidi. Okay. Now this one says, Kadna, Galamsey, a cancer that is eating really deep. Its fight is difficult because the beneficiaries are enormous. To fight Galamsey, more needs to be done than we are doing now. Good evening to Uncle JB Mame Edway Efi Okre and Ode Ebaye. Very educative show, Papa B. Tell Generalissimo numero uno, JB, that he has shamed his detractors by this show. We trust him. Twaso, my chartered accountant. Call me after the show. Why? Johnny, yes, Papa.
Son was your friend.
There be some come by me. About Tampa Francis, Urabina SCM.
Hey!
Also with the
my lifelong lifetime see you.
I say our friend, not Montuan Commando. So, last leg in the Ebeye economy was but maybe see over the weekend, Yenya Nana Kobo, na ne mame da form ewa hafu hwidim na Nana Kobo se yemfa akwanya isona yendo obi asema nkanka ne adwumawura yewura Dr. Osei Kwame Despite na Dr. Nesofu Sapon afi ni nua Mr. Kenneth Asari of Alpha Lotto Frame na afi Glow of wa mobile Kufata nom na Jerusalem nom Ghana njom tofo amobeta na chi nyina na Kobo so do biara ase Nyankopon hira mu nyina. This one says, please ask him if there is hope for women in the MMDC position. Thank you. Abana ena obisa general hadi MMDC dia amon for I want the power but ebeye agjabi say and the Bank of Ghana Monetary Policy Committee share almost say as they say almost the rate no about 13.5 instead of 14.5 for the general tadano. Now our debt to GDP ratio is 70.2 of our GDP. Not just a was 70.2 the first of all, policy rate. What does it mean for me ordinary person? Mean it is animal with
you made that say Abra Bisa say there's hope for women. Yes, I've been emphasizing that all along. Say I don't know any boys brigade in a year. Until the area and the or say you be na at least we have a lot of women representing the man or woman. And yes, omoya man so keke. But it's important say you bring that kind of representation where national at the end here and could we say a bear man kwa and I'm paying for and I'm I will say a mixture of all take tribal consideration other consideration into account. Take this. It is something I've been emphasizing, and the president is very strong in that. The last year, the reports in the court. Share idea now. No. I didn't. Yes, I'm being confirm. I'm right. We have to extend our time and bring additional people. Some of the women had the opportunity to serve under the first one because of that policy. Now, you understand policy, because you can policy rate. The Bank of Ghana rate obia ni ho a obetumi above besia less than that interest. So since you're about 13.5 nti no ye floor bank bia ni ho a obetumi above besia emana aba form asensa. So in the first now 14.5 no. Now just a bank bia ebo bebesia interest obeje no or funny foundation fee 14.5 into bonds of it to 18.5 20.5 30.5 and then no policy rate na about 13.5 no. na kyerɛ sɛ first no na nka 14.5 sɛ 20.5 na banks dem a otumi te so de ba 19 because ɔkɔbɔ besia ɛwɔ Bank of Ghana bɛgye ne 13.5 instead of 14.5 ɔna ɛkyerɛ na kyerɛ sɛ besia bɔ no yɛkɔ yɛ nim no ɛbɛba form by 100 points units rate so hence anytime a policy rates no ɛbɛba form no ɛyɛ measure aban no ɛyɛ na Bank of Ghana ɛyɛ to encourage people to borrow more because ɛbɛma interest rate no aba form interest rate ne ba form a ɛno na nso gye besia na ɔde yɛ adwuma a o sika a obetua back to the bank no ɛnkɔ soro bebree na ama ɔmfa soɔ no nso akɔ soro nti aburokye ne nneɛma no sɛ 100 unit basis ɛnyɛ asɛnketewa o but ha no sometimes no unse policy rate at 13.5%. But na bank be around 34%, 35%. So the monitoring unit of Bank of Ghana no so no now because a tip policy rate by 100 units basis now effects on the lending rate now for sobe and also
maybe sa bank be explanation the man say apart from say policy rate no eba form no enema bi wo ho a eka ho ema
to 20 so
because o can be for data ho say borrower na ono oba no enka bia ye wo national Ghana card say ena sa data no readily accessible ma banks na o betimi afa ne easily a enka eno so betimi ama yina ba form but we no a bit chese ye de ama bank company bi ena ono so ena open no akwakoto afini ho ne bon so edin
maybe say there are a lot of banks need taking on their policy. Even the same bank depending on the credibility and integrity of the company and our individual no otuminya rate sa esen nyonko
okay
obi wo ha ne debt profile history etumi because ojebesia na otua ndisa nipa no o bo no besia unim say who are rehwemu say nipa no betua nti ono say interest rate no o ma ne nkosoro obetumi atiso aman obi so a hwe ne your friend say ne borrowing history now wow person the man na ade be man because ono obeje no kra o sama bribe aka na just one person obetua sika no you understand ni nyina ena the kind of guarantee a ode be man and so who here obi wa akoma guarantee a ene besia ne nyina ye pepepe unse na akwa we wa hia gobi mo and in this country there are people whose business it is to go around banks take money from them with even fake guarantees a omuntua ebi mo to make oje ade o de be guarantee no enye correct until later how you share kra hu no kra na wakoji usika and a lot of settings goes on until noti so apart from the bank no the central bank nothing the policy rate no sa niema way encourage banks no mo so nte so go ni pa no kra no o de man 0% kra principal kra sanka so until eno mo ye ina say we very good credit rating companies said ya okay nka hu yin aposa okoji obi ID card obi alba yetumi a profile who say credit rate eni o gibesia e bia ya ma percentages do be even na gibesia na we ntua na ya blacklist you understand and these are things as we move on yentumi developing do in the banks ma besia e na lotto no mu chao na lotto because be assessment na one here so you decide say on ma be say so na ebia nipa krokra who deny no ko no put an ko betia it is our credit history bureau no ya dia ho hia pa say no wo ho a nka 13.5 go banks betia ma be say 15% because nipa no betia but because of high risk of default in intino into we no the 30%. nti sɛ deɛ ɔka nipa kora a ɔne kasa as a banker no ɛnokorɛ sɛ there are a lot of other things mitigating against granting of loans at a lower level because ebia trust ne lending history ne nneɛma no ɛhyɛ da nyɛ reliable nti na nneɛma bebree wɔ ha aban ɛyɛ a ɔte nkyɛn a ɔnte ase this public address system ne saa nneɛma a yɛyɛ nyinaa making sure say yɛ digitize address system our houses even your friend is saying electricity a yɛ digitize ne nneɛma nyinaa all in concert put together no ɛbɛboa ma identification of the citizen no akɔ n'anim a yɛbɛtumi ehu beebi obiara ɛwɔ aka migration say we move from how to how do we record it saa nneɛma ne nyinaa tumi kɔ so a ɛna ɛbɛboa yɛn na yɛn interest rate no etumi aba fam nti aban yɛ na afɛ mu deɛ Bank of Ghana yɛ na but ɛyɛ slow because we are unable to mitigate the other factors very important ebema interest rate no abafo o kan about debt to GDP ratio say NDC dia anka bibia we yeye so over the 70% they say normal amount 72% and they normal amount say ga omo pa na ene omo tutu ho a nka ye nka ho nka problem bia ni ho so we say we have the capacity to borrow more Jomo de nka 70 points ahinka ye pa. But me can be actual. You take you over from them. Now, 72%. You who say 72% of your GDP na ye de debt to GDP ratio no. Enya mayen. Nti ye niema bebre. Ebi o ha ye buy off expensive debts. Ebi abesia no ye koji besia e wo form. Near the abetua expensive debt where a record so ye tua sika kese to just get it off. And a friend of smart borrowing. Yeah, as at 2019, now your debt to GDP ratio no about 64.4%. And your 2020 busue afi busue me can say gra afia obi am person obekai o wiase afa na nyina nya Ghana pe afia e de onwene si oman biara e wo wiase mu eno na ka ho na ma eneno yen debt to GDP ratio no akosoro if you say 2020 2018 2019 started banking sector reforms eno kwa de ka over 26 billion abeka ho we share debt to GDP ratio 2019 ending na 64.4%. Until this 26 billion count no kwa to me raising ekosoro. We share the combined effect of COVID. COVID the year 2020 you lose revenue to the tune of close to 13 billion because party countries we throughout the world you know almost lockdowns. A lot of industries are operating. Ebi mo kra de omanko ejuma kra. Until the expected revenue for 2020 no, it was a shortfall of close to 13 billion. And now far COVID expenditure so in the year 2020 it's over 12 billion. Until the combined effects of COVID alone at the central government level no kra over 25 billion Ghana cedis. Into the car banking sector reforms, no cry, and no cry 50 billion. And no, you're over 5% of GDP, more than 5% of GDP. So now we channel. Inti, and yes, I buy no and any ajihua or jijibisia. But a problem I hear koto more. And no other countries. Look, the year 2020, just under 30 countries throughout the world, and it to be post to positive growth. Ghana account. All other nations opposed to negative growth. Now, 1% growth reduction in China alone, a year about 100 times GDP. And GDP graph. A baby says 200 times your GDP. No, 1% reduction in GDP in China. na 2020 na ɔmo nneɛma nyinaa aba fam afei na ɔmo fefe raw material wɔ throughout the world nyinaa no because 2020 na ɔmo GDP no ankɔ soro nti ɔmo ntumi an produce nti ama demand for raw materials throughout the world akɔ soro ɛna ama prices na akɔ soro ɛnɛ container throughout the world ne nyinaa akɔka Australia ama container prices I increase to a level a bit see that and who the container from Asia to Europe it's around $10,000 which you best 6 months in best 4,000 5,000 and a container from Europe to Ghana it be 6,000 at those times from America to Ghana a container cost 40 foot $1,500 and then the best $6,000 so these are the challenges ama yeho achire yen kakra because look sir combined effect of COVID in go 25 billion any banking sector reform over 50 billion sika ye here to complete acquire ye any contractors e di omo ka nyina embro to 12 billion nti complaints we brebe nyina nka ebeba form so we are in a critical moment and I believe say with the second jab abe who's a Ghana has a ama COVID na perform sa na e bomb pa say we are safe na nyina omo that's war lockdown in Niema Belgium UK in Niema ombetumi ane Germany German economy since a German machine e bubu kra da form and people in Germany you see sometimes who can weigh as how they compare but there are a lot of countries German see as we speak now obi a shefie inti kakra bi na edem obi 600 euros a month utu our rent versus 400 aka 200 the beka no titehwe na tu our utilities share say hin na obenya na obedi a month but hey in the midst of all these challenges no busumen so my kase aban adwuma yefo ye ntu amoka I can acknowledge and I accept say Ankra Juma has been affected seriously, particularly those in the aviation sector. So much affected by this, even the media because you'll be affected because company be under distress. Now, opposite or review the expenditure partner advertising. First where I attach it. Advertising. Na monso e ho na monso modidi nti radio station media houses also are affected greatly bebre ho they are laying their workers off kakra ne nema but over kaya and do the level of Satama NDC doom ne nema bebre workers crowd were begging their employers to pay them half anamebwa to pay them half Satama na COVID them buy you understand yes nyama mu ayedin ye there to GDP no akoso but nya because say ye num na ye de na ye disika but because say yare tantan yare busueni yare me who ti ya me friend kra obe hu say me didi na tem no hu say yare bone wa be high in 2020 enya ye mpe throughout the world ama affect our own economy until things are a bit difficult. I can assure you. Things are difficult because once the yenchia contractors the yenchia car, also the obi car, no etia, wabe free advert, no abetia, na enya bisu the etia boka, wakoto cement no ntia ka wakotia, na enya bisu the etia nko foka, wakoto iron rods no ntia, wakoto dua ontia, wakoto panie dadra ontia, wakoto obi TNG ontia, wakoto obi tiles ontia. Once sa payment ni nyina akwa na money in circulation come obia so enye bi. Nti ade aban are taking it so seriously. There are projects they are too high. We've had some $200 million project a friend is our Bantampa project now. And we have invest a lot in private individuals and entrepreneurs. The little challenge is that sometimes no na because of the same data problem I can into over here no na obi a sebi ti sa anti adwa oye to pano yi ono nya kakra na nkodi hye ne edwuma ongodi but over here no obi a no oji sika na okodi mo na ne nsa beka sika no na de onya obedan no na tumi aboa ma na create employment no that nsa anka nti these are the challenges data problems no as a country, and I believe say as we continue to work in ensuring say human interface in our activities in baba form kakra na higher data driven technological driven in our activities no me gidi say ye be koni but maybe I do say am catch on say ga end this year ga end any problem no mo de normal time ni 70.something% debt to GDP normal akra and de omo hu hwe kra
General answer ne be sorry kra no oye statistics kakra hwe voting pattern since we dem fan say free 2000 ho eba no a say Ashanti region pie eto ababeye between 65 and 70%. That's MPP enya be 80 out of that. Now 70 out of that is likely that MPP is winning. That's your second term. More special plan be Ashanti.
Me was special plan in Canada. Me ka ha say the guy opponent. Who's the Ashanti region? Since there are the two dominant parties in Ghana. Yen stronghold in Ashanti region. And this is stronghold in Ashanti region.
Are they?
I don't know highest votes. Omunya vote was Hossein voter region. So the stronghold no. The question is I may answer there and such na. You be na you to me I sure say 2024 the TPA be winning. But ni nyina so be gina say your posture to our politics no be a bit more aggressive in responding to some of these issues sometimes any basis PR no you be respond to you be share na amemo no accord down ye pa na me can say niema mu ayedin because of contractors in niema you be bomode na yengen sika atremu kakra na baby a loopholes bebre ewo yetumi aso ano o hwe baby ti say area ti say oil sector ya loopholes bebre ewo ho o hwe ye port ni niema ye sika bebre efa baby ani say efa ni nyina sa ban to me strengthen no na aban futuro mu emu yedua eno na be boa na free SHS a ye pese eye one track yetumi ye fi on them. Yeah, there are lots of projects. As I went up north, there are a lot of projects Northern Development Authorities I shall see what various stages of completion. So never change. Ni now so yes, contractors enya omusika. Need to me invest a lot more. And these projects are very, very important projects for our people up there. Nya hope over Middle Belt Development Authority as well. There are a lot of projects Omodi Omosake kan Omonwie Uba Coastal Development Authority. So there are a lot of projects. Nyame adom ye this we ni nyina ebenya coordinator obe coordinate activities of the development authorities no. Na ye to me I invest a lot more money there. And me jitu mpa say yeah MPP ya practice kra na NDC o ma ye. So na me tell say your friend is saying your debt to GDP ratio ase kra ni o. And no your beginning of NDC aye ade pa nti nya ade a omo ye option kra omo de omo nse da nya option de ye hia and say ye betumi aye ni ye na Ghana for ehun ahen ha omo na social intervention programs na ye de buy and ye tumi ekenya mu atremu na nkwara as a result of free SHS omo be wie school in the next year 2-3 no yetumi ama 1D 1F project akomo na nkwara wie school omotumi enya edwuma aye yen time yen be run on mine yen be form unemployed association of Ghana debi yentumi enye sakra nti yen standard ne de nye omo ho na de toto but we want to make sure say obiara biara ye Ghana ni we di be jese ye wo Ghana because who are buying new patriotic party aban a oye niam pa odwe oman ne ho otumi bu oman ma ne ye fe na etumi oma obia ensa kona no
General enwumre ye da asese unya ye ho adaje na minim se brepem obesen abana ya bonkom ye da ase enwumre
yo me so me damase me tie fo nyina the American say immediately after obi bisa about your ID card no na meeting no we are almost concluding on it very soon no mbeti enka processor obi a per ID card obefem na nsaka but in the meantime no polling station registers ni nyina constituencies na ya chama your polling station executives no obi a your party ni biara we are census ni no obi a your party ni ba biara call polling station ebia ena edwada Thomas do yawada fiada and na edu baby until the following week no obi anko the polling station na onko chronidi and no yet to me year no within just a month or so ID card na ba na che say oh your party ni o koje ID card a problem ni ho na yentumi enfam mobilize ya ho na 2020 ne de me ni break the 8 break the way we ni win ye won say oh win kwa na first in Rollins also on the win no aye history no na edu boy matro okay sometimes say oh no aye history no the ye break ye win na fe mo ama kan hu say ye break 8 ye break 12 ye break 60 ye break 20 ye break nyina na o man no e ko nanim ye break no say o break ade a say u di ade ne pro ye no na germinate sa na ye break nyina na o man no e ko nanim.
John Buadu is indeed the Adrenkesier of our time. How does he keep all these figures in his head without referring to any material? Indeed, John is dynamic. We of fire and the free bubuashi ebaye. Now Teminua Paul Asamoah or say very apt answer from the true general Adrenkesi Ampa. You Nanaya, you think you are bad. He will answer that question. Hey, ready. I mean, coffee. Oh, as a question, me bisa said then on Bear Mashanti, we are Bisa Bonnet. Eh? General, and I said, you may, Yanko Ponka.
Miss Medawas, who's ever show it here? We catch us say, I me what that Japa ministry, Yanka every week, Babet. Not just as same be a baby piano. It's Yama, because Ghana for here and chrim. Sometimes one chrim or Virgin said the own your way will be a kick and be and this is for no bamum be some say, oh my God, I'm so unborn because yeah, got to about 2020. Omo and baby I galam say no more promise you say omo ba omo there and atamas enya one onim the atamas can talk takwa before 2008 elections
and so okay
hey men guy or say or no say you to abama na say cast chikra na gold wa obemo ma be 2 gold no ho na galam say for budget so yeah and omo to man no ene
General we or say please ask him if there is going to be an election to select delegates for the new polling stations the EC created for the last election, and if yes, when?
And Ukraine say started as we speak now. You're creating new about 10,000, and I think we need to commend the Electoral Commission for the marvelous job they did for the last election. For the first time within 6 months, so between a new register and enhanced biometric equipment, ubia ni hoko polling station say nidin ni ho na so koto about when to me anto almost to me reduce the cost of former election by 41%. Whilst almost increasing police station by 10,000. As a cost in care expenditure, COVID expenditure, and then your man, your COVID ambassadors in your my idea, polling stations are increasing in no. You're incorporating in as part of our polling station structures. What it means is that you bring your polling station executives in the new way now may be in anti say decided say be elections are nyina beka ho na yetumi ayema na nti we've asked the constituencies to start identifying the polling station and they must start working around because about 75% of all polling stations no less than 500.
Okay.
Go on the channel about close to the akano less than 800 nti enya den kra eno nti na the polling station registers na ba no more identify polling stations nti a onyina no ebe polling station executives so
General yada say nyumre
menso medamase
Abusia NPP American Church of Penny John Buedu adwenkese na yede no etwetwen sa enkomo shoyi ede da platform yede bro dwada ene ukuada ba bia mote yenka bia enanwumre yedamase papa enkanka ne yeka chiri nzima FM4 yedamase Isaac Odro Patricia Sefafisha and Emmanuel Tiamo Elizabeth Jean and Prince Balfour Asamoah and Samuel Apia Medamwase say Moshishe Emma Midi Honchia me frame na ya okese obetimi aframe the cardinal me de radia sumdue jamunyina makram